And we are live.
We are live and late. It's Ed's fault. Don't blame me.
Yeah, we had to push it back an hour, dude.
Yeah, well, that's okay. Last time we started an hour early. That was my fault.
All right, what's going on? Let's see. Streaming.
You know what, though, Ed?
Streaming.
Doesn't matter. We're here. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
That's it. We could start at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, that's right. We sure can.
I don't know if I'd do all that.
We sure could, Grant.
I mean, we could, I guess. Uh-oh. DMG After Dark.
Oh. All right. Let me tweet all this stuff out, post it on Facebook, all that stuff. You know, Grant?
I don't know.
No, you don't. You really don't fucking know.
Hey, what do we have to talk? I told you I was going to start helping pick up some slack around here.
Really? What do you do?
Well, not yet. Not yet. I just said I was going to. I didn't say when.
Oh, I thought you did something. I was like, what?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Oh, okay. So when will that be?
Let me look at my calendar. Nah, we're going to start this weekend because we're going to do some. We're going to pivot to some things that we're going to be more engaging on, and you're going to need help with it. Yeah, and you're going to need all the help you can get on that.
Okay, we'll see.
And by all the help you mean is going to mean not doing anything.
Yeah, episode 85. Damn.
Dude, we're almost coming up on 1 year.
That's right.
We got to wear hats. We got to wear birthday hats.
Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, don't do your face like that when you say that.
Excuse me? Excuse me? All right. Star Wars, got that. All right, live now. Let me tweet
Oh boy. Tonight, Daredevil. I forgot all about it.
What about it?
Comes on tonight.
Oh, shit, it does.
It does. Yeah.
Oh, snaps.
Yeah.
You really are a fucking sack of shit.
I want to know if they killed those two guys. My brother said he don't think he killed them. I said, Ted, you didn't hear? I was like, man, you hear him snap the neck? He was like, I don't know. I have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, I mean, he's dead. That dude has to be dead.
Or paralyzed.
Or something. I mean,
something.
He's in a wheelchair. He's Stephen Hawking.
Yeah.
That's what he is.
Yeah, probably worse.
Yeah.
I think he'd rather be dead, honestly.
All right. Let's get this out. Let me go to YouTube one more time. Oh, YouTube. Okay. Live now on YouTube. All right. Let's get this going. Should I share this with any communities?
I don't know. Sure.
Why don't you share it? Why don't you do something there, buddy?
All right. Well, I'm going to do it on my phone because it's faster.
Well, yeah. Yeah, do that.
How about that? So don't be like...
Share the live X feed and all that crap.
How about you share the shut the fuck up? I got it, man.
You sure?
I got this.
Are you sure? Are you sure, buddy?
Hold on. Who's talking shit?
Oh, someone talking shit?
Some guy chimed in and said, writers don't pick the talent. Well, actually, they have a lot of say-so. I hate people.
What? Writers?
Yeah.
What is he talking about?
He's talking about what you talking about, Dragon Ball Z.
Okay, well, the director wasn't that either. So what is he talking about?
God.
I mean, people just, I swear to God, dude, people just dumb on, some people just complete zero IQ on social media. Like they turn on their social media and their IQ drops to zero.
Hold on, buddy.
Some people.
Apparently this has gone viral. There is a lot of tweets on this thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
I texted you that.
I know. I didn't see the whole stream though. That's the thing.
12K.
Yeah. Guy said both not Japanese. Okay. God.
Anyway, dude.
All right. Let me share
promote our stuff.
All right. Before I get angry.
Yeah. Stop looking at it. No one knows what you're talking about.
I know.
All right. Come on. Hurry up. Let me know, man, because I got to get these trailers going.
All right. I'm doing it. Go ahead and do the trailers.
Hurry up.
Your face.
No, we don't start. You got to be watching the trailers, not looking at your phone.
Okay. I'm doing it right now.
Now, hurry the fuck up.
I'm putting it on Twitter Gaming. I don't care.
Okay, do it.
Yeah.
Get us banned. I don't care.
I will.
Yeah, do it. Do it, Grant.
Now, hold on. I got to put live now instead of love now. make sure I tweet it correctly.
Hurry up.
I'm doing it. What you mean? That's your fault for adding 15 of these things.
Dude, there's only a live YouTube and then the X feed.
Oh no, I'm putting it
on the YouTube link and the X feed. Do the X feed.
I'm putting it on everything.
God.
Oh yeah.
They're going to kick us out of those communities.
Nah.
Yeah, you are. You're going to get us kicked out of the communities, bruh.
Boy, I don't get kicked out. I get kicked in.
That's funny if they did kick you.
I know it would be.
Hurry up.
God, one more.
Don't make me come to Mississippi now. Don't make me come to the motherland.
They don't know you no more.
Make me come to God's country.
God, Sonny. Sonny, that's God's country.
All right,
we're good.
All right. I'm going to share the screen.
I swear to God, these trailers better be good for you talking all that shit. They better be good. And if they're mediocre.
Uh-oh.
Yep. That's more like it.
What happened?
I don't know. You went into peasant mode.
Are we still streaming?
Hopefully. Yeah, we're still live.
All right, I'm just making sure. Just make sure, buddy. All right.
This podcast is going off.
You think we'll have any lurkers today?
I'm sure. They still are. They always steal our ideas. And don't think we don't see it, guys. We see it.
I know we're a small podcast, but come on,
but we see it.
Give us some credit.
Yeah, at least, I mean, just buy us a gift certificate or something.
Like, give us a little credit. It's okay.
That's all you got to do.
You're still going to have hundreds of thousands of subs. Give us a little credit.
The only reason why we know that is because we've picked topics that were obscure, and some people have still taken them. So. We did that on purpose to see if if people would take the bait.
Like the day after.
Yeah, and they took the bait.
Anyway.
So it's all good. It's flattering. I think it's flattering.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so let's share the screen. All right. You see that?
I see it.
All right.
It's to the point where I don't even have to say anything. But what Eastern game studio made this? Because we know that's not the Western game studio.
𝐃𝐿. You can tell just by their they work with the Pearl Abyss before. You can tell by that female design. It looks like a black desert.
Yeah,
a Korean. Mm-hmm. It's a Korean studio, obviously.
Yeah, well, it's not a Western game studio.
It's definitely not a Western.
God, I mean, it's so crazy. Like now, it's to the point to where you don't even have to guess anymore. You just know.
Pre-registration for Odin Valhalla Rising.
That's pretty good.
April 3rd. That looks pretty cool, man.
What is it? What is it coming out on?
Let's play the trailer. Official teaser. Okay, so we're not gonna know.
I got you. Okay.
All right, we're not gonna know. We're not gonna know, Grant. All right. Odin Valhalla Rising, dude. Like Western studios could not
I mean, it's become a joke. That's the thing, is now it's just become a laughing joke.
It is. It's a laughing joke. All right. But anyway, so I say we get into the podcast.
Let's do it.
Let's get into the podcast. Okay, starting now.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Grant Rolling here with the DMG Gaming Podcast, and as always, I am joined by the man who brought the cake for the the Chrono Trigger birthday party. My boy, Ed Phillips. What up, my boy? Oh God! You've already run the podcast. Let's just shut it down. Never do another one again because you've ruined it.
Excuse me? No. Did you eat cake today?
Huh?
Did you eat any cake today?
Do I look like I eat cake?
Yes.
Okay, there you go then. That answers your question.
Chrono Trigger. We'll get into that later.
Yes.
We'll get into some Chrono Trigger later. All right, Grant. Let's go over that docket.
Okay.
Well, of course, we got some gaming news.
Mm-hmm.
At least I think so. If Grant bookmarked any, I'm going to go ahead and say probably not.
It's a surprise. I like to just surprise people.
Don't worry, I bookmarked some stuff.
Me too.
I got you.
I got you back.
All right. We're going to talk a little bit about Death Stranding 2 today. Star Wars Theory posted some stuff on social media and made a video over the news of finding out about Star Wars Underworld and like how close it was to being actually put into production by George Lucas.
What could it be?
Some people, it didn't happen. And that would have played into, of course, what we talked about before, top games that were canceled, which is Star Wars 1313. All right.
Dude, that game would have been so tight.
Yeah.
So this is why I hate people. I just hate people sometimes. I try not to. Sometimes you just have to. Because they do shit like this.
Yeah. And so anyway, Star Wars 1313, of course, that game was canceled, but that's why we're going to talk about it today. We're going to look at Star Wars Theory post that he made on X and kind of give our thoughts about it.
Mm-hmm.
But he had a pretty good breakdown and a video reacting to all the information about it. And we're going to play that video later too. All right, let's see. All right, we're going to talk about something that happened today also, or excuse me, a couple days ago, about the 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞. The publication, �TheGamer, they put out a story basically asking the question, why was Monster Hunter Wilds more successful than Dragon Age of Velgard? And they gave their reasonings why they thought it was successful. Now, this was a very popular subject by a lot of major streamers. You had Endymion, you had Veridark, you had, I think even Smash JT did something on it. But a lot of people are talking about it. But we're going to give our take on it also, what we think of the article, and give the real reasons why those two games were, one succeeded and one didn't.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right. God.
I had around 60 something hours in Dragon Age. I 100% of that game, including all companion quests, and I have almost 100 hours in Monster Hunter Wilds right now, and I'm still playing it. All right, but we'll get into that later too. We're going to break down. We have a disgruntled gamer rant. We're going to talk about Chrono Trigger turning 30, and the question is, our rant is, where is a sequel or remake? Don't tell me Chrono Cross.
Yep, and don't say the 3DS
in your mouth. Chrono Cross. 3DS. Nope. Chrono Cross was not, to me, a real Chrono Trigger sequel.
Chrono Cross sucks.
Yeah.
There.
You cannot compare those two games.
I hate that game.
Both those games in your mouths.
Do not
put them in the same sentence.
Some people liked it. I hated it. I hate that game.
Yeah. We got a top 10 list, and then our random game roulette, where we get AI to choose us a random video game, and we learn some video game history. All right, Grant.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Does Chrono Trigger turning 30 make you feel old?
I don't care. I mean, some people might care about getting old.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy is I can remember exactly where I was when I played that game for the first time. Like, you know what I mean? That's how crazy it is. Like, that's how good of a game it was. Is I can remember exactly where I was. I was in I hooked up my Super Nintendo in my parents' bedroom because our TV was bigger. So I was like, all right.
I first got it from Blockbuster. Mm-hmm. You know, back then you didn't know what games coming out.
No,
I mean, you had to look at Nintendo Power and shit like that to know when games were coming out, or other gaming magazines.
And they really didn't tell you the date it was coming out. It just said coming soon.
And but I remember going to Blockbuster and seeing it for the first time and getting and playing it in my living room in Columbus. And I had to compete with my dad for like 60 minutes and shit like that back in the day.
This old house.
He loved some damn 60 Minutes on Sundays.
I bet your dad used to watch where the guy used to make all the shit out of wood, like the woodworking guy?
He'd watch 60 Minutes so he can cuss out everyone.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's his like cuss out hour was 60 Minutes.
I figured your dad was like was it like the Antique Roadshow? Like
no.
Like a shit where like what's all that like
no.
Did he ever watch like the hunting shows?
My dad was a Fox News dad.
I got you, but was he ever like did he ever watch the hunting shows and shit that used to come on?
He didn't like those anyway because he'd go hunting all the time. He don't need a TV for that shit. You just go in our backyard.
That is true.
We're in the deep south,
man.
We're in the middle of nowhere.
It's
I had 2 channels.
Y'all literally lived in like the Resident Evil area. Like that would have been They could have filmed Resident Evil in y'all.
They could have. And he probably could have found some shit.
They probably would.
Yeah.
I'm surprised your brother didn't go look for dinosaur bones there.
Yeah.
His brother's a paleontologist, by the way.
He had a pretty spooky story with some accidentally messing with the Indian burial mound that they didn't realize was an Indian burial mound.
Haunted. Nope. I don't mess with that. Go ahead. Nope. Yeah. I don't mess with that.
Like as soon as they found out what it was, they immediately contacted the state and let them know what happened because they were actually
do like all kinds of rituals.
They were doing archaeology digs or paleontology digs for like dinosaur bones, and they saw something that could have been where the bones could have been, but it ended up being an Indian burial mound.
So what do you have to do in that situation? You have to do like
have to legally you have to contact the state immediately and let them know. So they can in turn contact the local tribes and stuff like that, and you cannot. You got to stop immediately. Yeah. Like you cannot do any more.
Or they have to come and like say a prayer over it and stuff like that. And because
I can't remember what all they did, but
I gotta tell you that they say what like houses and shit are built on burial ground. That shit gets scary. I ain't trying to deal with all that
because they found the skeleton. Like they thought they found a dinosaur bone at first until they noticed it was a human femur or something like that. And then there's Indian jewelry around the area,
shit.
so they had to immediately stop the dig.
Damn.
And then the state would send, local tribes would come out there to identify who the tribe was. It ended up being like Choctaw or something, or no, Cherokee. I can't remember. But anyway, he had a scary story that night.
Dude, you don't mess. That's one thing you don't mess with. You don't mess with Indian burial grounds because that shit.
He kept getting some bangs at the door.
Oh, I bet.
And he kept answering the fucking door.
Nope.
And no one was there, dude.
Nope. Burning the house down, leaving it all there.
Oh, dude, it was messed up.
Dude, here's the thing: is like if you would have lived where I lived, it'd been okay. And cross gates, that's okay. But out where you live, no, sir, not doing that. No, I'm not doing that.
You're moving the next day.
I'm not moving immediately.
All right. But anyway, let's get into some gaming news, dude.
That's right. Lavos took out the dinosaurs.
That's right. He did. Thanks for joining Feral Inferno. Appreciate it. All right. Let's see. Let's share my screen real quick. We get into some gaming news. And I think it's really kind of slow day in gaming news.
It is a slow day.
But we'll go over a few things. All right, let's go to our bookmarks. All right. I want to talk about this real quick. All right. I want to talk about this real quick. All right. Listen, Endymion, you're a big YouTuber, man. But I know you saw my post. He's probably not watching. He has better things to do. But I know you saw my post. All right. I know the first thing you do is click on that video. My post is probably up top. All right. So I posted, this guy was like, hey, white people did this, but mad about the new Assassin's Creed. Okay. Well, white people did not direct and did the screenwriting for
white
Dragon Ball Evolution.
Also, white people thought it sucked shit.
And also, why does it matter?
This is an awful movie.
Yeah. So anyway, this guy tweeted this about white people did this, but the white people didn't create that movie. They might have got casted in it.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know why this is a big deal, but I responded by except the director and screenplay writer was these guys. Oops. And then Endymion comes back a couple hours later and then writes this. I know he saw my post. You could have been like, hey, thanks for the immediate acknowledgement there. But anyway, I know it's all right. It's all right.
It's all good.
It's all right. But let's keep going.
Not every guy who shoots 3 gets carried off the court. Just remember that.
Sure. All right.
Oh my God, it's never coming out. Don't care. Don't even care what it says.
All right. George R.R. Martin gives an update on the Winds of Winter that have had. This was like 10 years ago. He
has said that 10 years. For 10 years.
All right.
They have made 2 different spinoffs for this show.
Listen. All right, let's get what let's listen to let's see what he says about it.
I don't care what his fat ass says anymore.
George R.R. Martin responds about the update on Winds of Winter. I have to get back. I have to finish the books. That's the one thing I'm completely in control of. You sure?
You're also in control of losing weight.
There's no budget limitations. There's no other executives on the studio side that I have to please or other writers with different views. The books are what I'm going to make them. And I think I'm the one that I'm writing is coming pretty well. But I wish it would have come faster. Yes, the whole all your fans wish you would fucking finish this damn book, George. All your fans wish you could finish this book. But for some reason, you cannot.
I don't think people care anymore. I think people after the way the show ended, I don't think people care anymore.
Yeah, I don't think they do either.
I think, here's the thing is, like, he did this, because it's kind of like, oh, come on, George, you can do it. We're waiting on you, buddy. But now that it's over and the last season sucked, now he's just it's not working anymore.
Yeah. Big news. Dude, I was just talking about this. Dino Crisis was on our last top 10 last episode.
Capcom listens to the podcast.
Yeah, they do. Right?
Yeah.
I bet they're one of the 24 people watching right now.
That's right.
But they don't fucking listen to this podcast.
Yeah, don't you put that out there. They might be.
Hey, but on our top 10 list on games that need a remake, sequel, or remaster, I was like, Dino Crisis needs a sequel or a remake.
I'm going to try something. You ready? You know what else needs a remake and remaster? Breath of Fire.
Yeah.
Let's see if that works.
Capcom, you listen?
That's right.
All right. But anyway, so Capcom trademarked Dino Crisis on March 4th in Japan, which went public today. So something is coming.
That's right.
For Dino Crisis.
You're welcome, guys.
Now would be a perfect time something to drop because of the new Jurassic Park movies.
I'm taking credit for it.
People are going to get back into the dinosaurs. And I think as a Capcom strategy, this would be a perfect time to drop something Dino Crisis related.
Feral Inferno, you're right. Capcom, if you're listening, classic Breath of Fire.
Thank you.
Let's start there. Let's just start. Yeah. We just start from the basics.
See? Exactly.
Start from the basics. Then we can get where Breath of Fire 2.
1 second. Go ahead.
All right. So, yeah, we were talking about this actually the other day, talking about Dino Crisis getting a remake. And we put that's what I'm talking about. We put the juju in the air. That's it.
That's
we
it.
Did it. It's our, I'm taking a victory lap on this. It's our fault. So we're taking credit for it.
Grant, this is what we were pretty much, I was thinking as soon as we decided that we were going to start a podcast.
Bro, that first episode was rough.
This explains us. Yeah, that's the first episode was...
Are you trying to say a little like Jonah Hill? Are you trying to say a little like Jonah Hill? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
All right. We covered this. If you guys want to check out, we have a video up on YouTube and Rumble. Our reaction to the Death Stranding official release trailer. We kind of break it down.
God, this game's beautiful.
Yeah. So if you guys haven't checked the trailer out, please go watch it or check out our video on YouTube where we give our reaction and we play the trailer. But it looks fantastic. Kojima is a master. I mean, the dude like just evolutionizes gaming every time he drops a game.
Yep.
But the motion capture in this is the best we've ever seen.
So
honestly,
again, Capcom, if you're listening, what you should do is you should get Kojima on your team, and y'all should remake the first Resident Evil. A real remake, like a remake. Not
damn.
That's what I'm saying. Go ahead, and that would be crucial.
Damn, that'd be crucial, huh?
That would be.
I will save the Star Wars theory for later. I don't know what that is. Okay, that's it for that. All right, that's the gaming news. Let me close this. Let me stop sharing that. Yeah, that was it for really gaming news.
I didn't even put my sign. I didn't even put my sign up. That's cool. The background. I didn't even put my. Just kind of said fuck it. Just kind of said.
You do that every podcast. You're just like fuck it.
Well, we were in a hurry today, so I didn't
I'm
even
not prepared. Fuck it.
You know, I just show up, man.
Yeah. Okay. We didn't talk about this, but let's talk about it. Batman 1989 sequel comic.
It's really good.
So they're going to make a sequel comic to the original movie that came out in 1989.
So this was supposed to be a movie after Batman Returns, and Robin Williams was going to play the Riddler. That would have been crucial. That would have been so tight. Again, this is why Hollywood is shit, because you take that, right? You have that idea, and you say, okay, well, let's do the same thing, but let's add Tommy Lee Jones, and don't get me wrong, Jim Carrey did a good Riddler, but he's not Robin Williams. Robin Williams would have blown that part out like that, especially with Tim Burton and the Tim Burton verse world, like darker. You know what I mean?
I would really want to see that.
Dude, that'd have been crucial.
You know, that's something I would have loved to have seen.
Yes.
As
Michael Keaton, Batman. You know what I'm saying? That would have been so tight. Super tight.
Man.
And I hate that didn't, and of course now it can never happen, but I hate that it didn't.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing is, Robin Williams at that time, he just came off playing Hook, and he was still doing like Mrs. Doubtfire roles and stuff like that. So this would have been like his first semi-serious role. You know what I mean? Like real.
But I think he could have nailed it.
He would have been amazing.
Some goofiness to the Riddler.
Yeah, but I mean, he would have been crucial, man.
I just thought Jim Carrey's was way over the top.
Yeah, well, I mean
he pretty much just got Jim Carrey.
Well,
that's who it was, really.
Jim Carrey everything was compared to Ace Ventura. So like everything he did was he was playing Ace Ventura, or Ace Ventura was playing Jim Carrey, or whatever, however you want to do it.
All right. Let's get into this real quick. Let's talk about this. Actually, I'll save this for later when we do our Disgruntled Gamer rant. Right. Let's go into this next subject real quick. Let me pull up the image. All right. Grant, what our main subject of today's podcast is, TheGamer released an article given their reason why Monster Hunter Wilds didn't flop like Dragon Age of Velgard. Okay?
Well, let me just say this before you get into it. I can't believe the person actually typed this and hit send. That's incredible. So go ahead.
I can't believe this got to an editor.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't believe they actually put this up on the web. This is embarrassing.
This is a good story. Let's put it up.
Like, this is not even like, I can't even believe this was like a topic of conversation.
You know what? I like this. Those are the exact reason why this game didn't flop like Dragon Age. But let's get into this. All right. So anyway, their article goes into reasons why it flopped, or, you know, Dragon Age of Velgard flopped and Monster Hunter Wilds didn't. And they talked about the accessibility of the games, you know, how one's easier to play than your past Dragon Age, or, you know, simpler. And Monster Hunter Wilds isn't as hard as the past Monster Hunters. Now, Monster Hunter Wilds can get hard once you get to the end, like after you beat the game and start getting into the 6-star ranked hunts and higher, it can start getting hard. All right. But, you know, eventually you'll get your build together and everything starts getting easier. All right. But it has longevity to it. Right.
You know what's funnier though is the fact that they chose these two pictures.
No, I did this image.
Oh, you did that. Okay. Like I thought this was from their website. Like
you think a game publication put that image up?
Dude, I thought they did. Hey,
I would have given them props.
Do you see the title? I figured they would have chose this picture and that picture and said, "This is what happened here."
This is my image.
Okay.
I created.
All right.
Yeah, okay. It's called creativity, Grant. Okay. How about you try it someday?
Well, I just thought since I had you got the fucking website up, like I thought that's
no. I took the article. See, this is how easy it is, Grant. So what I did was I screenshot the article.
Okay.
I put it on an image.
Oh.
And then I get images of Tosh and images of Gemma from Monster Hunter Wilds, and then I put it on that in overlay.
I don't know what you're saying.
But anyway, so. All right, so anyway, they get into discussion when it comes to, why one flopped. Well, I'll go ahead and tell you, because, all right, Dragon Age of Valhalla, 100% the game.
This is all Charlie Brown's teacher to me. Wah, 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 wah. Yeah, that's all it is. That's all this is.
100%ed the game. All right, I did all the companion quests, even Tasha's, even this complete shitty character they created out of nowhere. I played Tosh. I played her entire companion scenario. I got the best ending you could get by all the dialogue choices you go through. And then I'm at about 100 hours into Monster Hunter Wilds, okay? And I'm still playing the game. Like, this is going to be my game for at least another month until I get tired of it. Until more, content they start pushing out, which they already are. They already are putting out more content.
Like I try to talk to you all the time. You leave me on red.
I do, because I'm playing Monster Hunter Wilds.
You just ignore me, like, God.
All right, so let's talk the real reason why Dragon Age of Valhalla failed, from my personal experience.
The Felguard.
And we also did a review for Dragon Age of Valhalla. We gave it a 7. It's a good RPG, okay? But they had a base, like their base for the game could have been so much better. They had something here that they just said, again, fuck our game. Let's add all this other bullshit into it.
Let's melt it down.
Yeah. They had something promising, but they decided to just shit on their own game. All right. BioWare did. Not the gamers. BioWare shitted on their own game.
That's
their lead.
According to them, it's our fault.
Corin Bush decided to shit on their own game.
Yeah. Okay. It's our fault. According to them, it's our fault.
So let's start with Dragon Age of Valhalla. Okay, the reason it failed is because you took the base concept of Dragon Age from the past Dragon Age, you did dumb it down. That is one of the many reasons why it failed, which they hit on here in this article. But this is just one of the many reasons. The other reasons are they created a fantasy world. Boy, they had you for a little bit, about halfway through the game. And then you could tell Tosh had to have been a last minute injected fucking character in this game.
That's Corinne Bush.
Because
that's her.
The lead, Corinne Bush, yes, she put this character in the game, the worst RPG character of all time, into this game so they can pretty much.
Worse than Navi?
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
No, worse than Navi.
Oh, God. I don't know.
To preach to you on what is wrong and what is right. Based off their own ideology. All right. So they preach to you in this game. They even make one of your teammates or companions do a barv because they misgendered somebody.
God.
They have a discussion on the table with Tosh and her parents saying, or even before that, saying she's non-binary.
Why don't you go before that? Why don't you talk about the character creation?
I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So you have all this dialogue with this Tosh character that does not just, regardless of all the gender, all that ideological crap, the character is just stupid. Like, the dialogue for the character is horrible. Everything written for this character is horrible. This character is supposed to be a dragon hunter.
Basically, what he's saying is if this character was not non-binary, it would still fucking suck.
It would still suck. This character was supposed to be a dragon hunter. Did not act anything like a dragon hunter. It was like a little spoiled kid in dialogue for every option. It doesn't matter what you choose. All right. Every option, this character just acts like a spoiled kid and is a little brat. All right. So this character there. Now let's go to the character.
Real quick. What is that race called? What is her race called?
Oh, Kunari
or something.
Kunari?
Whatever it is. They didn't look like this in the past Dragon Ages at all.
Not like her.
No, I mean they looked pretty cool.
Yeah, they were beef. They're like huge.
Yeah, I mean they look like
dragonkin looking.
They look like dragon hunters,
and you see them in the game. They're part of a. They've occupied this city in the game.
They just copy and pasted it from the other games. Is what they did.
But so let's get into
texting you.
Actually, that's my wife, buddy. All right. Anyway, so let's get into the character creator. All right. So Fantasy World. Okay. They decided to put top surgery scars in the character creator. Okay. Add the top surgery scars. Whatever. All right. But I remember asking the question on IGN's things: why couldn't they added implants?
Oh, gooner! You're a gooner.
Well, hold on now.
You're a pervert. You're a porn addict.
This is a fantasy world. They said in this fantasy world you can have a surgery like that. Well, if you can have a surgery like this and it's obviously involved in this world, then you can obviously there's going to be a option to like do an actual breast augmentation, right?
Yeah.
There should be.
Well, they always take it too far. Oh, you can't ask that question. Oh, you're a porn addict. Go jerk off, you incel.
So the character creator wasn't even that good a character creator. Monster Hunter Wilds actually has a far superior character creator to Dragon Age. And it's, Dragon Age is a single player game. You expect to have like really great character creator for a game like this, especially a Dragon Age game.
Yeah.
But anyway, and also, the repetitiveness of the combat. Now let's talk about that. The combat's kind of fun at the very beginning. It is fun at the beginning, eventually learning new skills. But once you hit halfway through, common theme here. Once you hit halfway through, it's just more of the same. It's the same combat. You're doing the same thing. Like it's horrible RPG mechanics mixed into. It just gets boring.
Yeah.
And it becomes a slog fest trying to get through the story and everything like that. You start losing interest. But then they have something cool. Reason why I gave it a 7. They had something cool fantasy-wise, like going to visit a ancient dwarf city. And I thought that was great. And they had some really cool. They pull you in and they were like, yeah, here's a new age world bullshit. Let's add this real quick for you. Here you go. All right. Here's our stuff in Western woke fucking politics in a fantasy world. And then they're like, okay, enough of that. Oh, here's some more fantasy. Oh, okay, they got me. They got me again. Then they're like, okay, guess what? You got to do a fucking barb now because you misgendered somebody.
then they just rained it on you.
Yeah. Oh, boy. They just do all that stuff. And so that's why I was like, okay, I'm done. This game, you can't give it a 9. You can't give it an 8. You can't definitely fucking give it a 10 like some of these people gave it. Someone gave it a 9 or 10 just because of the option to have top surgery scars in the character creator.
Yeah, we saw
like,
that.
What the fuck?
We knew that was going to happen. The thing about it is you slug through this. How many times did you just want to quit fucking playing this game? How hard was it? How hard was it to get through it?
So many times, but I had we had.
No, you did. We had to do the due diligence.
We had to do the due diligence. All right. So after all that, we just explained and it had horrible sales. They didn't meet their sales, and Cornbush Lead left BioWare after she shitted on this game, and now
I don't think she just left. I don't think she.
And now she basically got another job working with who was it? D&D now, right?
Here's the thing about what I've learned about video game creators, especially woke video game creators. It's kind of like NFL coaches. It doesn't matter how bad of a job they do; they're going to get a job doing something. So that's how. So even if she got fired from there, she'd be working for somebody else. So she'll never be out of a job. She'll end up be doing something all the time. So,
all right. So
D&D's about to get bad.
It's about to get bad. All right. So they had bad sales. They had, they're now available on PlayStation Network for free.
All right. I had the option to either download that or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 𝐾𝐽 thing. What would you think I downloaded? I downloaded the 𝐾𝐽 game.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, those are the many reasons why Dragon Age of Velgard failed and flopped. Okay. Now let's go to Monster Hunter Wilds. First off, great character creator. Be whatever the hell you want to be. None of that injected Western social ideologies and festering a fantasy world.
Correct.
You can make a great character, good-looking character, a character that you want to be, like your personality, of what you want to be in this game. You can make it.
Yeah.
The characters. None of them. You don't know any of them are gay. You don't know any of them are straight.
That's right.
You know, even one of them are trans. You don't know. All right, because they don't talk about the shit.
That's right.
They're focused on a story in a fantasy world. You can be whatever kind of gameplay you like. You like Devil May Cry stuff, fast-paced combo system. Hey, guess what? They got a play style for you. You like just being a juggernaut. And guess what? No. No.
Come on, you don't know what I was gonna say.
Yeah. Anyway, if you want to be a ranged person, they got that for you. They got every kind of gameplay style you want.
This guy.
What are you talking about?
I'm all of the above.
No, you're not. You haven't played the game, so just stay right there and sit your ass down while the gamer explains stuff to
you. Which one? This gamer on the right? The one on this website?
Anyway, Monster Hunter Wilds. It actually has a decent story for Monster Hunter. It's actually a way better story than I thought it was going to be. Because usually Monster Hunter, again, like we said before, it just tells you kind of bland story to get you access to the monsters and eventually to the end game.
Let me ask you a question, though. Do you feel the main story is a little too short? You think it could have been longer?
All right, the main story, I don't know, dude, but the thing is, the story continues. Like, you think you beat the main scenario, which is just the standard enemies up to the what's the monster called? Anyway, you beat up to a certain monster, but then the story continues. Like, you got new dialogue, you got missions. Like, the story continues for a while. Eventually, until I think it's like end of chapter 5 or chapter 6 or something like that, you officially open up everything. Like, you got access to all the monsters. You can start doing co-op. You got access to artisan weapons, crafting that. Everything opens up eventually. It has long-term longevity. Check. It has that. But anyway, let's talk about the characters. The characters you interact with. All right, Alma, your guide, the one that tells you, hey, the guild, pretty much acknowledges this hunt. You may go. All right, that's one of your companions. You have 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫, super hot 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫, who's your blacksmith, and she's a badass character in some of the scenes and stuff like that. Great character. All right, and then your character in the story is a legit badass. All right, and it shows you that you are a badass in this story. But anyway, so the game's fantastic. The monster designs, the combat, the world. It is a Monster Hunter through, in and out. All right, it is a Monster Hunter, but it has even more than what we expected from the last Monster Hunters. It's a fantastic game. But anyway, so why didn't it flop? Well, I just explained it. It has no agenda. It doesn't push any agenda in your face. It gives you a game.
Yep.
A video game.
And that's all people want.
Gamers, what do they like? They just want to play a good game that has good gameplay. They don't give a fuck about your weird little political spectrum of ideologies that you like to inject in these games to say, well, this is right. My opinions on the world is right.
Oh, God.
This is how they think in some of these game developers. Like, they think their, I guess, aspect on how the world works and, their genders and everything and the pronouns, that this is what needs to be in a game. No, Capcom just delivered a game.
That's it.
They delivered a fantastic game. And that's why it's millions and millions and millions and millions of copies sold already. And the fastest game to date that Capcom has ever sold. Because they delivered a good game.
You know what the next one's going to be, right? Is why didn't Avowed flop? I mean, why didn't oh God, I had it. No, I can't think of it now.
Yeah, you don't know what.
No. I know what it was. Why didn't Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 flop like Avowed?
Why didn't it flop?
Yeah,
like Avowed.
Okay, that's gonna be the next one.
Fuck. You had to think about that for a while.
So I did.
All right, but anyway, so that's our take on this article. This complete shit.
I can't even believe they article. This.
Dude,
who wrote this?
Do they have gamers as editors, or just some dude in his tie and suit?
Hold
and
on one second.
Like, oh wow, yeah, definitely publish this.
I'm gonna do something real quick. I want to find out who wrote this.
Like, if I was the editor, I was like, no, we're not fucking printing this. Fucking retard, go sit your ass back at your desk. We ain't printing this shit.
Here it is. I'm gonna say who wrote this. I got it. Andrew King. Oh God. Yeah. He looks like you would think.
I imagine so.
Well, we're going to his X profile real quick, and let's see if there's any pronouns in his bio.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. And there is. Oh, he writes for GameSpot too. He freelances for GameSpot.
Oh,
there we go. Oh,
that explains everything.
His tweets are protected.
Share that.
Okay.
Do you know how to share? Do I need to walk you through?
Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you the link. Hold on, I'm gonna send you the link here, and you can just pull it up.
Damn, you don't know how to just click button, share screen? You don't know how to do that?
Well, it's just a lot of work.
God.
There you go.
All right, let's copy link address.
I mean, it's like to the T of what. I mean, if you were to close your eye before you even guessed, you consider literally just throw something.
What you just posted me is the person that wrote this article?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's put it up. Let's see.
And
these posts are protected.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure they are after that article, buddy.
Yeah, he's got a man bun and hasn't showered in 3 days.
Polygon too. Okay, so I mean, you had me at GameSpot.
Yeah,
that was pretty much an automatic. These guys, they have tourists as journalists.
Yeah,
they don't really have real gamers. They have activists, political minded people that their whole world revolves around their social politics. That they cannot just write a truthful article on why it flopped.
Now it all makes sense.
Yeah. All right, great. That was our breakdown on that. Okay, let's get into our next subject. Actually, let's talk this a little bit. Let's bring up Star Wars Theory.
All right.
Let me bring this screenshot up. All right. So, I mean, at the end of the day, Star Wars Theory can explain it better on his. The links to his original video is in the description of this video on YouTube, and the individual is called like Young Indie Chronicles or something like that. That was who he watched. That video, the origin video of kind of. For this subject is also in the video description. But anyway, so what happened was he watched this video from Young Indie Chronicles, which I'm going to show here in a little bit, that kind of gave the way of this was in the works. And it almost happened. And this was one of George Lucas's projects.
Yeah.
But it ended up being too expensive and so on and so forth. So it never got
too expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I don't believe they spend billions of dollars on trash.
Well, yep. We're gonna get that in that too. But anyway, Star Wars Underworld, they were even talking about other things like having Boba Fett in these series. It was going to be about the deep crime syndicate, the crime world of Coruscant.
Yeah.
The bottom levels. It was going to have sex. It was going to be dark. It was going to be gritty. It was going to be rated R, pretty much.
Oh man, you had me at sex, Gooner.
But we've said this 1,000 times on this podcast about why do they not do stuff like this for Star Wars? It is time to see a different part of the Star Wars universe. Either the dark, personalities of the Sith dive into their world, from something from the Old Republic, or something like this.
Why do you think that they're scared to go that route? Why do you think?
I don't know.
Because here's the thing: it's Marvel was family, quote unquote, family friendly until Daredevil. Fuck, I'm thinking of that tonight. Yeah, Deadpool. You know what I mean? And it was successful.
Well, I don't think Disney doesn't want to do this, but obviously George Lucas had a roadmap that he wanted to go this route. Obviously, for this Star Wars Underworld, he wanted to expose a different part of Star Wars. All right, the intricacies of these syndicates working in Coruscant, the real crime in the Star Wars universe, and but this is where we would have also had this. The reason we're talking about this on a gaming podcast, because what could have came from this, and they were going to have them linked together, was the game that got canceled, Star Wars 1313, that you were going to play as Boba Fett. They were going to coincide the two together to kind of mix the worlds together, a play on stories or whatever like that. But that got canceled. So let's go watch the original video of this individual. I think his name is Robert McCallum. Let me pull the video up. Let me know when you see it. Sharing now. All right, let's watch this video. It's only about a minute long.
There now. I think we had over 60 scripts, third draft scripts.
All right, so this is the Star Wars producer, Rick McCallum, discussing unproduced Star Wars TV series.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's continue.
Had over 60 scripts, third draft scripts. Again, the most wonderful writers in the world on it. Just, and again, we created exactly the same experience for everybody at the ranch. And again, just phenomenal group of talent. And these were dark. These were not, they were sexy, they were violent, they were just absolutely wonderful, complicated, challenging. I mean, it would have blown up the whole Star Wars universe. And Disney definitely would have never offered George to buy that. But no, it's one of the great disappointments of our life. But the problem was, each episode was bigger than the films. So the lowest I could get it down to, with the technology that existed then, was about $40 million an episode.
Wow.
All right. Yeah, so that was Robert McCallum, one of the producers of Star Wars, talking about, what they were in production of. And the reason it didn't get greenlight because of the cost. But now you look at Disney, what the amount of money they're putting into like Andor.
Yeah, oh God.
You're looking for 2 seasons of what? Over $700 million now?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, to me, man, it's just like, why are they not giving fans what they want? This has never been done before. We know the Jedi cycle, all right? We know Jedis, we know Ahsoka, we know,
because they think that they know more than the fans.
But I know that. But like what I'm getting at is like it's obviously it's really a catastrophe.
No, yeah, it's
because
bad.
we lost this type of something that we haven't seen before, that they tried to hint a little bit in The Mandalorian, but The Mandalorian was its own thing. But we haven't had something like this. Not even the Book of Boba Fett. You got to see a little bit of it, but it was just not there, man. It wasn't it wasn't Boba Fett. It didn't feel like Boba Fett. They tried to change the personality and stuff like that in that series. But so we haven't gotten something like that. But this is what fans probably want, because you're seeing a side of Star Wars that you've never seen on film. You can read books about it, but you've never seen on film. And
except then Jar Jar Binks. Let's keep him out of it.
And then an open world game that kind of was in this kind of setting, Star Wars 1313, that got canceled. I mean,
they gave you a Star Wars game that you wanted, though. It's called Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah, they gave you Outlaws, which they got the exploration down, but the gameplay sucks and the story sucked. Okay,
like the game sucks.
Stop giving us stories like that.
The game sucks.
We see those kind of stories all the time in Star Wars. Give us something else.
Like I'd rather play the one for Nintendo 64.
You remember Star Wars Bounty Hunter when you played Jango Fett?
Mm-hmm.
That was a fantastic game.
Yeah.
What they need to do is bring a game like that. They almost did with 1313, but they need to do something like that, man.
I would rather play what's the one where it's just Anakin doing the pod racing? Was it the Star
Pod
Wars
Racer?
Is that what it's called? Yeah, I'd rather play that.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
I'd rather play that than Star Wars Outlaws.
No, I think it's called Pod Racer or something. All right, let's go to Twitter again. I want to pull up
it's Star not Wars called Twitter anymore, Ed.
Or X, excuse me.
Yeah.
Let me go to bookmarks. All right, let me pull this. This is what Star Wars Theory wrote on this. It's kind of long, but I want to show it. And he also did a video on this, on his reaction to this. And he kind of broke down, of kind of like what we said on a missed opportunity, like a major missed opportunity here for Star Wars fans. All right, let me get this a little bit bigger.
Prepared Artist, what's up, man? Glad you can join us.
So anyway, what he says in this post, he's breaking down the news, right, on this video. But basically, he brings up Andor's 24 episodes currently that cost $750 million, which equates to roughly $32 million in episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the project like this with George Lucas's mind behind it, like this is his world.
Yeah,
would have cost $40 million. Now we can talk about inflation. I don't know when they would have made this anyway, but it would have been much more. And then when you talk about the Acolyte. The Acolyte had 8 episodes that cost $250 million.
Oh.
That's like 30 something million an episode?
That's more than that, isn't
okay.
It? I don't know.
No, you don't. It's around 30 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's around $30 million an episode.
Yeah.
You need that math rabbit. You need that math rabbit game. You want to get that math rabbit, that old Sierra?
No, that'd be tight. I'd rather play that than Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, around $30 million an episode for Acolyte. And he hints into he talks about how George Lucas was going to just blow up Star Wars. Like this could have. Think about if they did make this, the amount of off-spinning series would have had probably from this. If they really focused and made this a thing. I'm not talking about half-assed like Obi-Wan series.
Well, I don't think they wanted it because they didn't come up with it.
Yeah, they didn't come up with it. But it's just amazing
Well, you know what would have happened, right? Because you know what would have happened is if this would have came out, let's just say it did come out, it would show the difference between how good his stuff is and how shitty their stuff is.
Yeah. But he was set to meet with HBO too. About this show.
That'd have been tight. That'd have been real good. But it had to be on HBO at that point.
Yeah, but the meeting was delayed, and it allowed Disney to come up with a better offer or whatever, and eventually just it's history now. Really,
I'd have to go back in time and be like, look, man, do not go with Disney. Do not go with Disney.
But
I'd rather you go with sci-fi TV than Disney.
Yeah, but you guys go check out Star Wars Theory reaction to this. He breaks it down very well. But it's just a missed opportunity, and we could have had a fantastic Star Wars game, a Star Wars game that everyone's been wanting. Everyone's been wanting. That we want another bounty hunter game. All right, we do. All right, I get you want to focus so much on this open world with a little sappy story. People are kind of tired of that. We want to see another side of Star Wars, either a Sith Lord back in the Old Republic, or give me the true syndicates. You know what I mean? Give me the bounty hunters. That's kind of what people want. All right, Grant. That's that. All right, Grant. Next subject. Next subject. Let's talk Chrono Trigger, man.
Oh man, I love it.
As you know, this year, or it recently has become Chrono Trigger's 30th anniversary.
30
years ago.
Yep.
I was playing this game when I was 11.
And I was 10.
Yep, 11. But anyway, let's talk Chrono Trigger. So, Chrono Trigger,
it's the greatest RPG ever made. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, it's the greatest RPG ever made.
Still.
Of all time. Still. But, it's like they did the DS remaster. They did a few other things. They released it in the Chronicles, right?
Yeah.
What was it? Final Fantasy Chronicles. You could play Chrono Trigger.
Was it Chronicles or Anthology or whatever?
Yeah, it's one of those. Chronicles Anthology, one of those that it got released in.
Mm-hmm.
But they never really did a true, I'd say, remaster to it. Like when I mean remaster, I mean like a HD 2D or something.
Kind of like updated graphics a little bit.
Yeah, they never did that. They never touched it. They never gave us a true sequel. Don't you fucking say Chrono Cross. All right. People love mentioning that game like it was a fantastic game. It was not a Chrono Trigger sequel. It was just really its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It could have just been its own game and no one would have cared. But
they should have not even
towards the end, you get to see the little small Chrono and some of his companions, but it really has nothing to do with the thing. But we never had any games in the universe of Chrono Trigger. Like nothing really. You can say Chrono Cross, but not really. But I'm talking about the same type of gameplay. You know what I mean? Like the tech attacks that your companions could do with you. You know what I mean? Like that, the dual attacks or whatever they were, the tri attacks. They didn't have that combo system and that look, the over the top look like Chrono Trigger had.
Well, also, you've never had something come together so perfectly. At this time, you had the trifecta of designers and creators. You had the Squaresoft, you had the Dragon Quest, Enix, and then you had the greatest anime creator of all time, Akira Toriyama, who, for people who don't know, created, before he passed away, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, all that. And, of course, you could see the design in their face.
Yeah, and that's the point of Chrono Trigger, because Chrono Trigger to them was going to be what they pitched as a Dragon Quest plus Final Fantasy. This is what we're doing. This is kind of what they pitched. And we got Chrono Trigger, but we never got a saga out of it.
No.
We never got a saga like we have in Final Fantasies and Dragon Quest. This could have been a start of a new saga of RPGs. Like all your Tales games, your Final Fantasies, all that stuff. It could have been we could be on Chrono Trigger 8 by now or something, we could have a saga of Chrono Trigger, but we never got it.
No, I think they would have messed it up. They'd have messed it up once the 2000s hit. They would have started getting really shitty, probably.
Yeah. But anyway,
artist, he said, "I really love Chrono Trigger. I like Toad. Yeah, Toad was very underrated.
Toad was awesome.
And
or Frog.
Frog. But especially if you had like the hero medal equipped with the Masamune.
Yeah, man, Frog was an awesome character.
Yeah.
All right, so this we're going to lead into this. All right, we're going to go into our Disgruntled Gamer rant. All right, our Disgruntled Gamer rant for this episode is Chrono Trigger turns 30. Where's our sequel or remake? All right. Square Enix, you haven't touched this game in 20 years, just about.
Yeah.
You haven't touched it. You going all like big on their 30th anniversary, is that like a hint at something? Are you about to do something with the Chrono Trigger? People have been waiting for a true sequel or at least something with this game. Something.
Well, the sad thing is they're focused on games that nobody wants or nobody asked for.
They really are.
Like, here's the thing is everybody's like, oh, I can't wait for a Final Fantasy IX remake. I don't want a Final Fantasy IX remake. Final Fantasy IX is longer than Final Fantasy VII. That's going to be like 7 games. I don't want that.
You really don't. All right. So I want to go to our Twitter real quick because I do want to post this Chrono Trigger account because they did mention something in this account. All right.
If they made a 2D, 3D remaster, oh my goodness.
They need to. All right. Let's see. Here it is right here. I won't share it, but anyway, so one of the mainline accounts for Chrono Trigger on X that's tied to Square Enix mentioned that there's Chrono Trigger projects.
Oh boy.
That they're going to be delving into this universe again. What does that mean?
Chrono Cross remake.
Chrono Cross 2.
Oh God.
If it doesn't have Chrono Trigger, I want to say it. And if it doesn't have a similar style, except maybe next gen when it comes to the combat, You know, and it has to be like that.
You know what's sad? Do you remember when I showed you that fan person who created it for PlayStation? Like didn't PlayStation 1 graphics?
Yeah.
And then they sued the shit out of him.
But there's an RPG coming out that Square Enix could take a lot of stuff from when it comes to turn-based, and that's Expedition 33. Or Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
It's too much words. They should just come up with one word and call it that.
That game looks like it's master turn-based, or maybe the next-gen version of turn-based.
That's true.
Hey, there's a blueprint right there.
Do you think they follow blueprints?
I don't know what they follow nowadays. I don't know what Square Enix is nowadays, honestly. Yeah. I really don't.
Oh, you can't say that. They have Aerith, Yuffie, the greatest characters.
But anyway, back to Chrono Trigger. So, like, to me, man, it's time for a sequel. It's time.
Did you make that?
No, I did not.
I was about to say.
But it's time for a HD 2D remake of Chrono Trigger. You know, something. Mm-hmm. It is time to have something Chrono Trigger related. All right.
Yeah.
I want Chrono Cross to disappear. I don't want to ever be mentioned again. I want it to be Chrono Trigger, but I want it to be either they do something with this game with the HD 2D remake, maybe a full-blown remake, but that'll be another 5 or 6 years before you even get that game.
Here's the thing:
HD 2D remake for Chrono Trigger would be just fine.
I'm afraid for the remaster or a remake because you know what they're going to do to Luca or Lusa, or however you say her name. Because she doesn't have a man, she looks like a boy, she's a nerd, automatically non-binary. Off top, that's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
You already know. They're going to make a point to do that, make a point to say it, that whatever, it's going to be one of these polysexual, pansexual, whatever, fuck. It's ripe for the picking. Like, that's what I don't want them to do. And that's what they would do. I can go ahead and tell you that's what they would do. It's exactly what they would do.
Yeah. All right. But anyway, yeah. So for me, dude, again, it has to be HD 2D remake. Just give us that, man. Just give us that. Give us something. Tell me that you are working on this. Tell me that you still like this. This is part of your library, and that you are going to base more games in this world.
Or if any of the people who created it are still alive, bring them on board, please.
If you want ideas on how to make a sequel, hey, come holler at your boy. I got some ideas.
Get some of the old guard and get the purple-haired fucks out of there. We don't want none of that. None of that. I don't want nobody I don't want anybody who wasn't alive when the original game came out to work on this game.
Yeah,
don't care.
Prepared artists, the turn-based needs some love again.
Yes, they do. What's wrong with turn-based? Stop making everything fucking open world.
You got someone that's not even Square Enix doing one, and they look like it's going to be a banger.
Yeah, just change the name.
It's going to be a fantastic game. But yeah, dude, Chrono Trigger is just one of those games that is from our childhood, but it's stood
the best story.
Test of time.
The music is still the best music. Like, it's crazy.
Play on words because it's about time.
Oh, well, look at you. Nobody cares. Nobody got your joke. Nobody's listening to you about that. You want to say it again?
Stood the test of time.
Yeah. Do you want to say it again?
I do. Okay. Not right now. All right. But yeah, so that's our gamer rant. All right. It's a short gamer rant, but it is something that needs to be said. We need Okay, let's take a poll between me and you. What are the odds of it being a remaster or the odds of it being a remake? HD 2D remake or just a full-blown remake?
Full-blown.
Or HD 2D. I guess the HD 2D is more of a remaster, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah. I want it to be a remaster, but what they will do, I have no damn clue. If they were smart as a company, they just do HD 2D. They did it with Dragon Quest already.
Great.
1 through 3. Great. Kept the base game. It was a good HD 2D make. And then you have, of course, you have What are those games?
Except Person A and Person B. I literally had to get up to my TV to find out who was who.
Yeah. What are those games? The ones with the, you have multiple, you play as multiple people. They came out on Switch. You know what I'm talking about? The ones they were updated pixelated. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. You talking about like Star Ocean?
No, that was a
𝐬𝐿𝐴?
that was a great HD 2D remake. But no, I'm talking about what are those games called? Oh my god. You played different. There's multiple characters with different stories.
Octopath Traveler.
Octopath Traveler. That's what I'm talking about.
God. me and you wouldn't be good at what's that game where you have to like say clues and you have to guess the answer.
It was on the tip of my tongue. I was like, it starts with the O.
Me and you would lose.
But yeah, Octopath Traveler, dude. I mean, like,
because you'd be like,
game with that hard,
and that would be funny. It'd be like, game with multiple people. I'd be like,
Well, what is it? Pictionary? Oh god.
Yeah, that'd have been terrible.
Just lose. We can never be on each other's team. All right. But yeah, dude. Like, it's time. It is time to bring back Chrono Trigger or its World or whatever.
I see what you did there. Nobody cares. Such a dad joke. Oh, God.
Well, it makes sense because I am a dad.
That's true. You are.
All right.
That was our Disgruntled Gamer rant. Disgruntled Gamer rant. All right, Grant. Let's get old top 10 list.
Oh, man.
Yeah, good old top 10 list.
Let's see. Oh, man.
All right. You all right?
No.
You look like you're about to pass out there.
No. Look at my eyes are itching.
Oh. All right. So our top 10 list for this episode is the top 10 most slept on video games.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go ahead and pull up this real quick. I'm going to, go to our comments. And this was given to us by Craig Fletcher, one of our listeners. Top 10
What
list.
up, Craig? Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it, Craig.
We got another one. Somebody left another one, too. So we're going to use that in the next one.
Yeah, 𝐻𝐸𝐽𝐽. Yeah, he left another top 10. We'll do that on Tuesday.
Today is Tuesday.
Friday.
God, man. Learn your days.
All right, top 10 most slept on video games, Grant. It's your turn.
Okay.
I'm not even going to ask you one question because I know you don't have it. So
I don't have pictures.
I'll go ahead and get ready to put your pictures on the screen.
Okay.
Go ahead, Grant.
All right, we ready?
Yeah.
From 2011, Deus Ex: Human Revolution. So, you want me to wait till you pull up the picture?
Deus Ex, huh?
Yeah.
Deus?
Or Deus. I don't know how you say it. Deus Ex.
You said Deus Ex.
I don't know. What is it? Deus? I don't know how you say it. I'm not fucking German or whatever it is.
You said Deus. Oh, that's all right. You said Deus.
What is it?
Deus.
What is it?
Don't worry about it.
Deus.
Don't worry about it. We just go Deus.
No, we're going to go with Deus because it's like I'm a Deus.
Yeah, because it is Deus Ex. Fucking shit-tard. Come on.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Anyway, so this game, everybody knows it's a cyberpunk type RPG. Gives deep player choices and stuff like that. Engaging stealth, action mechanics. It had a lot of critical acclaim, but it just never reached the mainstream popularity that it deserved. And that's just the truth.
This isn't the one they ruined with microtransactions, is it?
It's possible. Deus.
Or was
Deus
that
Ex.
the other one?
No, that was Deus Ex. Deus Ex, I'm not sure. Dude, here's the thing is I pronounce things like I don't even listen to how people pronounce things. Do you know before I even watched Luka Doncic play basketball, I couldn't pronounce his last name.
Okay. It was Mankind Divided. That's the one that was bad on microtransactions. Yeah. But yeah, this was the good one. But yeah, this was definitely slept on.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. My number 10, Grant. My number 10 of the top most games that have been slept on is, pull that picture up, Kingdom of Amalur Reckoning. And they made a remaster of this called Re-Reckoning. That was
Reckoning.
Okay. Yeah, Reckoning. But anyway, this was a 𝐼𝐸𝐵𝐿𝐴 Salvatore helped write the story for this game. You know,
I know who 𝐟𝐨𝐫𝐿𝐵𝐿 is.
You know, the creator of Drizzt.
He's been having a lot of mental breakdowns on Twitter lately.
Yeah.
God,
the creator of Drizzt, you know, great storyteller, but he helped write the story of this game. Well,
Does he still come out with like a book every year? He used to come out with like one book every year.
Yeah, I don't know, but 𝐟𝐴 Anyway, so this one had a massive open world. It was a mix of like Elder Scrolls and Fable.
Mm-hmm.
It had that kind of aesthetic to it. But this was overshadowed by Skyrim.
Yeah.
This was really overshadowed by Skyrim. Like, I played this game. I remember playing this game. I loved it. I loved this game. But it was overshadowed by Skyrim. That's why I didn't really pop off. Because Skyrim was just, you know, that's still a masterpiece today. So
yeah, oh yeah.
But still, this was a great game. And I think it got slept on. All right, go ahead, Grant. Number 9.
All right, number 9 is Dishonored 2.
Dishonored 2.
Yep. This game came out in 2016. So this game is a stealth action map, dude. The stealth action was fantastic for this game. The level designs were really good. It was kind of like Clockwork Mansion. You remember Clockwork Mansion?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Well, it was kind of like Dishonored.
Well, I know that, but it was an improvement upon Dishonored. Let's start with there. Right? It was an improvement. But in 2016, a bunch of stuff came out, and it didn't ever really get the top tier credit that it deserved.
Yeah, it was sort of like Dishonored, wasn't it?
But it was kind of like Dishonored, but it was like Dishonored 2. It was like a.
I thought this was actually a downgrade from Dishonored. I didn't like it.
You didn't think so?
No, I played this game. I didn't like it compared to the first one.
I didn't ask if you liked it.
It was kind of let down.
Man, I don't care if you liked it.
Yeah.
I didn't ask
So
that.
to me, it wasn't slept on.
Well, no, somebody needs to.
All right, my number 9 is Bulletstorm.
Never heard of it. Nope. Doesn't count.
Dude, this was a great FPS. It was actually a really good FPS. But it rewards you. It's creative. It's about creativity in your killing. Like it has creative kills in it.
Don't care. Never heard of it. That would you do to me? Don't care. Never.
You have some ridiculous ways of killing people in this game.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But it has that over the top humor, you know, and style to it. It's kind of like, you know, over the top humor when it comes to Borderlands, but totally different game. Then it had a skill shot system to it, and it's just fast paced. But yeah. It was just the style of killing things or killing, you know, enemies in this game that was just fantastic. All right, Grant, go ahead. Number 8.
So there's a lot of people who like this game, but it didn't really get the accolades that it deserved because another game came out on the same day, and it was 2015 Mad Max. You understand? Mad Max. You know what game came out the same day?
What's that?
Metal Gear Solid 5.
You know, this is my number 3.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it deserves a lot higher than that.
Well,
fucking number 8.
My number 1's going to shock you. I promise you.
But Mad Max is my number 3. This game was definitely overslept on. One of the reasons what you just said. But it had a massively underrated open world.
Yeah.
Like the open world was great. Then it had insane the car combat.
Yeah.
Was fantastic.
Do you think it had anything to do with Mad Max being antiquated, as in not people really know what Mad Max is, like from the 80s?
I mean, this was shortly after the.
Like if this game would have came out if this game would have come out in like 88, this game would have been a masterpiece. Let's say it had the same graphics and stuff. You know what I mean? Or if they had a new Mad Max movie. But this game, this came out like, you know what I mean? Like Mad Max wasn't really popular anymore, like it was in the 80s.
Well, Fury Road came out in 2015, and I thought this was going to correlate together, like, you know, really shoot it up there because the movie was so popular. So Fury Road, came out in like summertime of 2015?
Probably, yeah.
When did this game get?
What did it get? Like, what did it get rated?
When did it get released? Shortly after the movie, right? Yeah, September. All right, so a couple months after the movie. So you thought it would have done a lot better, being it came out the same year as the movie. But yeah, dude, like it was like even the hand-to-hand combat, like
it was tight.
Like the melee combat was fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
And it captured everything in the Mad Max world. This was a fantastic game. And I still think is still a good game to play nowadays. Like it's like legit, it's really good.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't played this, it's probably cheap as hell right now. I'd play it. All right. Number 8, Grant. We talked about this game last week, actually. It's Legend of Dragoon.
Okay.
Legend of Dragoon. It is a game that was slept on. So I had to put it in my top 10. And it's one of the most I'd say it is one of the when it comes to RPG, not quite the top, but it's
top 5. It's easily top 5.
Easily. When it comes to like being slept on and underrated and everything like that, Legend of Dragoon is that. Yeah. And that's my number 8.
Yeah. Okay. All
right.
Because people haven't heard this story before.
It didn't have Square Enix tag on it, and it wasn't a Final Fantasy, so people overlooked it.
Also, we didn't. Me and you really literally because I was with you when you bought this game. You're like, "What is this game?" And then I didn't see you for like 4 days.
Yeah, it disappeared, and then you took it.
I did. Then I bought
this game.
No, I probably do.
You have this and Record of Lotus War. I need that back. Stats.
I don't know. We got to see how much they cost. How much it's worth now.
Yeah.
If it's worth a lot, I ain't seen it. I don't have it anymore.
Yep. All right, Grant, you're number 7.
All right, dude. Number 7 is Prey.
Prey.
Yes.
2017 one?
2017.
Yeah, buddy.
It's the sci-fi sim from Arcane Studios. Scary atmosphere, deep RPG mechanics, and the enemy designs were crucial. And it's extremely criminally overlooked.
Yeah, Prey was a fantastic game.
Yep.
I like the combat.
The character design. I mean, the enemy designs were crucial.
Up. The way the enemies moved, dude.
Yes.
Oh, buddy, that shit was fucked.
Yeah.
They looked like it was creepy.
That's right.
All right. My number 7 is Hollow Knight.
Okay, I can see that.
Dude, this is one of the best Metroidvania games ever made.
Yeah.
It is. It is one of the best Metroidvania games ever made.
Right.
It was kind of like the character kind of looks goofy, but the gameplay, it is amazing. And like the art design, I think most of the stuff is hand drawn in the game.
That's pretty cool.
It's kind of similar to like your Ori Will-O-Wisp game,
okay.
Metroidvania like, but it has a good story too and everything like that. But yeah, everything's in hand drawn art style. Great animations.
This is like
huge
a game
world and deep lore. Like it has deep lore in this game.
This is like a game your oldest daughter would like.
Yeah, it does. That's what it looks like. It looks kind of like Kitty, right?
Yeah.
It is one of the best Metroidvania games ever made.
That's cool, man. Nice.
Hollow Knight.
All right.
And it still holds up today.
Number 6, and this series gets slept on, dude. But it's The Evil Within 2.
Yeah.
First of all, people don't understand how freaky this fucking game is. Like, this game is fucked. Like, the first one was creepy as shit. Like, people talk about Silent Hill and this thing, that. Yeah, I get that. This game was fucked. Like the enemies were creepy looking. Like, especially in the first one, you had the guy with like the big box. He had like the cage on his head or whatever, and you had like the guy with this big chainsaw thing.
Yeah.
But like just the psychological, because it's like that's what it is. These are psychological horror games, and people don't really understand what kind of games those are. You know what I mean? They're games that fuck with your mind. So think like they kind of did it with Resident Evil 2. You know, Resident Evil 3 not so much, and I'll explain why. Resident Evil 2, they had it because they had Mr. X, or the tyrant, following you around the police station. You can hear his footsteps. You didn't know where he was, but you knew he was after you, and you can hear him. And that plays with your mind because that adds to the scariness. Like, especially if you're in a room and you hear him outside and you hear him opening doors, you're like, oh, fuck. You know, I mean...
It's atmospheric.
Correct.
sounds.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, you can easily outrun him.
Makes this game really
exactly. You can outrun him, but I mean, that's not the point. The point is you know that he's behind you. You have whatever you're doing, you have to do it quickly because he's coming for you.
Yeah.
So imagine if it was like a what they should do is like a Friday the 13th where Jason's always fucking after you, like always after you. You know what I mean? Like no matter what you do, however you set up the game, he's always coming for you. Like he's always.
Already have one of those.
Yeah, you know that game's funny because like you ever seen
like
Friday
the 13th one? You can play as Jason and other people play as the campers or whatever.
Have you ever seen
technically you do have someone Jason's coming after you?
That is true. That is true. But have you ever seen like the compilation video of that game where he's like killing people, where he like takes the guy and puts his head in the saw? Like it's like a bunch of ways of killing people.
Yeah.
Oh man, but no, this game right here is super underrated. This game's scary as fuck. People don't understand how these games are scary as shit.
It's in your like Resident Evil. I would say it's more in Silent Hills kind of.
Yeah.
Ballpark.
Yeah, I think it's scarier than Silent Hill.
Well, what I'm saying is it's in more of, instead of the action, you know, like you've seen Resident Evil, this one's more of Silent Hills, but it's just different.
Yeah.
In certain aspects than those two.
This game doesn't get enough credit. This whole series is insane.
Yeah. All right. My number 6 is Singularity.
All right.
Singularity. All right, this game, this was like how do I explain it? This was like a mix of BioShock and Half-Life. This game was. But it has really good, strong narrative to it, and an alternative history to it, I would say. But you basically you have unique weapon stuff, and you have a time manipulation device too.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's crazy. But this fell under the radar because of bad marketing. But it was really a good game. It really filled that BioShock and Half-Life itch, but it just had bad marketing. But it is still a great game.
Yeah.
And this came out. I mean, this game's like almost 15 years old.
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
Number 5, Sleeping Dogs, 2012.
Damn.
Phenomenal opening world crime game set in Hong Kong.
That low,
Yakuza type game.
That low, huh?
Yeah. Well, you got it up higher.
Sleeping Dogs?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's higher.
You know what's crazy is this game deserved a sequel and it never got one.
Yeah, it does. It got a definitive edition. That's about it.
I feel like that's what they do that to every game that they don't want them to have a sequel to.
Yeah. All right. What number is that?
5.
5? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So my number 5 is The Saboteur.
Okay.
Yeah. This is set in Nazi-occupied France. It's blending history and open world action together. But it has a black and white look to it. And then it adds color as you liberate areas. So it has that black and white old school look to it. And then when you liberate an area, it turns into color. It's just a cool concept in the game.
Yeah.
But this is like stealth parkour and kind of gameplay, and mixed with a little bit of course, action combat. But I would say the atmosphere, the immersive atmosphere in this game, and the soundtrack. Dude, the soundtrack for this game is fantastic.
Okay.
But it really got slept on. I'm not sure why, but it didn't, I guess, get good marketing or whatever, but this was a really good game. And this game is almost 16 years old. Go ahead.
Number 4, Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus.
Oh, shit.
2017. Yep. Now, this game the insane action was incredible. The bad thing about it is, I mean, it pushed the storytelling further, but it's one of those games that I think people were burnt out on it. So the sales didn't quite match the quality of the game. And it should have done better, and it just didn't.
No, one of the main reasons this game failed, I played it. It wasn't optimized very well. It was actually a good game, but the optimization was really bad.
Really?
In this game. Yeah, it was really bad. Even on console. I'm not sure about PC, but I played it on console. I think on Xbox or either Xbox or PlayStation. I can't remember. But it was very poorly optimized. Like the frame rates and everything like that. It was just really, really badly optimized. But you could tell it was there.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a really good game. All right. Number 4. Not many people have heard of this game.
Oh, God.
Not many people have heard of this game. All right. This was a weird take. This is called Enslaved Odyssey to the West. All right. This was kind of like it was a different take on the Chinese story Journey to the West. Like way different take.
Obviously, way different.
But it's a post-apocalyptic. Think about a post-apocalyptic Journey to the West.
First of all, when did this come out? This is like PlayStation 2.
No, this is 2010. Yeah. It's back
PlayStation 3.
PlayStation 3. Yeah.
Okay.
But it actually have really good motion capture for the time. Like Andy Serkis, he was the motion capture guy. Yeah, he was motion captured in this game. But the characters looked incredibly lifelike. That's how good the motion capture was in this game. But basically, it's this team-based gameplay, and the environments were really good. But overall, I mean, this was really like slept-on game, and it was actually fun to play. Go ahead, Grant. Number 3.
Number 3, Titanfall 2. And I'm gonna tell you why.
You saying Titanfall 2 was slept on?
Because it was released right in the middle of Battlefield 1 and the new Call of Duty. It was my number 1's the same thing. You're gonna say what? But when I tell you what it was released between, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. Correct. I mean, it might be more popular now. We're talking about when it was released. I'm telling you, man. Don't give me the Robert De Niro face. No.
I don't know about sales wise, but I have to disagree with you. I mean,
here's the thing: is
everyone that has touched this fucking game thinks it's a fucking masterpiece.
Correct. Now we're talking about when it was released.
I got it when it was fucking released.
Okay. Well,
it was a fucking masterpiece.
Okay. Well, it didn't do as well as it probably has done now.
Okay.
It has. We're talking about slept-on games when they were released.
Well, I don't even want to put slept on and Titanfall 2 in the same category.
Oh, wait
I don't want that in the same sentence.
Well, wait till you remember my number 1 is.
My game. This is my jam right here.
That's fine. Wait till you hear my number 1.
Hold on. I gotta do my number 3. I mean, there's still like 20,000 people playing this game on Steam. It's better than Avowed on new releases. All right. Let's see. My number 2, Grant?
Mm-hmm.
Or my number 3? 1 second.
What is your number 3? Oh, I didn't hear you say 1 second. Are you back? You back there, buddy? Hit the button.
My daughter.
There you go.
Hey. All right, my number 3 is Mad Max.
Okay.
So what's your number 2?
Metro Exodus.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yep. Everybody knows it's the post-apocalyptic shooter in the survival horror and the open world and stuff like that. It never reached like Fallout or Stalker level of fame. That's the problem. I think people compared it to that, and it never really got there.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say it's a little bit different game than Fallout, but it's still pretty good. Or I would say different kind of gameplay mechanics. But Metro Exodus, yeah, it was legit.
Mm-hmm.
It was a really good game. All right. My number 2 is Sleeping Dogs.
Okay.
It is Sleeping Dogs. This is one of the most underrated games, most slept-on games of all time. All right, open world crime game set in Hong Kong. brutal hand-to-hand combat. I mean, what else can you do in it? You can do street racing, karaoke. I mean, it's kind of like Yakuza games, but way different. Fight clubs, sports. I mean, the game's fantastic. And I could still pick up this game today and play it. Game's awesome. Go ahead.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
You ready for this?
Yeah, sure am, Grant.
My number one is Ghost of Tsushima. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, this game is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. But this game also came out between The Last of Us Part 2 and God of War. So it had very good initial reaction, and then it just fell off. But now it's picked up. But we're talking about at the time that it came out, it was kind of like, we want to play Last of Us Part 2. We want to play God of War. And those games overshadowed it. Even though it was it's beautiful, very innovative, it was just overshadowed by two juggernauts. But now everybody's waiting for Ghost of Yotai.
Okay.
It's my number one. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah. Overslept on game.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
That's right.
Grant, the most overslept on game in history, and possibly, well, it is most likely, it is the most overslept on RPG of all time. But I would say it's the most overslept on game of all time also. A lot of people don't know this game. A lot of people didn't play it because it was on a certain console. All right.
I won't change mine to Xenogears.
It's not Xenogears. Why are you trying to change it to Xenogears?
Because I thought that's what you were going to pick.
No.
I thought that's what you were going to say. Okay.
It's Lost Odyssey.
Okay.
Have you ever played this game? It came on Xbox, and I know you haven't played it.
No.
I know you haven't played it.
Xbox. I spit on it. Puh.
This is Microsoft's take on a true Final Fantasy-like game, except it was on Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
It has one of the best stories, I would say, ever told.
Really?
In an RPG. Just about, I would say. But it really was one of the most overslept on games, ever. It was a fantastic RPG. And when it first got released, it had the turn-based combat, but they added like the environment of like a battlefield of a bunch of people fighting in the back as you're fighting in your little area. It was just like a moving train. It was everything, dude. Like, it was just so awesome. And it was a very good turn-based RPG.
Okay.
And it had like these small short stories that were very well written inside the game. Even your side quests and stuff.
Why didn't they do any sequels or anything?
I don't know.
They said, fuck it. That's what they said.
Miss Walker, dude. That's who published it. But it was real. 2007 is when this game came out.
Okay.
But it was it's slept on, dude. Like, it is. It's one of the best RPGs ever made.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
That's a big gloat. It's
one
big
of
shoes to fill.
Yeah.
You would say this is a top 10 RPG?
But one of the reasons why, another reason why, not just being on Xbox, and this was their first take on like a turn-based RPG that they owned.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of why no one really paid attention to it. But it was overshadowed by a lot of Japanese RPGs at the time. Tales series were like going hard. You still had the Final Fantasies. There's a lot of RPGs pushing in that early 2000s,
Mm-hmm.
So it really got overlooked on. But man, this game was phenomenal. I don't know if everyone remembers this game, if you're maybe too young or whatever, but this game was a fantastic RPG.
Okay.
And that's our top 10.
That is our top 10.
Top 10. Yep, top 10 most slept on video games. All right, Grant, guess what's next?
Uh-oh.
Your favorite subject.
Please be King's Quest.
It's the random game roulette. This is where we ask AI to give us a randomly generated video game title.
Is that my picture?
That is not. And everyone knows it's not your picture that's been watching this podcast. They've seen your images, Grant. They've seen your images.
Fucking Picasso over here.
But anyway, we asked AI to give us a randomly generated game, and we either know it or we learn about it. Some gaming history. You ready, Grant?
Let's do it.
You ready, Grant? Let me ask the old AI.
This time change is terrible. They need to figure out a time slot for the world.
What?
I'm talking about this hour forward, hour back shit. Fucking figure it out.
From any era. Okay, let's see what we get. Oh, I've heard this.
Have you?
I've heard of this. You'll recognize it.
We'll see.
You'll recognize it, buddy. You'll recognize this game. Let's pull it up. Save that image. All right. Save it here. All right, Grant, you ready?
Yep.
You ready, buddy? Let's get this up here. All right. Today's random game roulette game is the one and only Bubsy 3D.
Oh, okay.
You remember this?
I do remember this.
Yeah. Good old Bubsy.
This was the shitty one, though.
Yeah.
It was better for Super Nintendo.
All right. Let's so this was released in 1996 for Sony PlayStation. It's a 3D platformer about a wisecracking bobcat.
Wasn't this game on Super Nintendo? Let me see.
I'm pretty sure it was if it's called 3D. I'm pretty sure Bubsy was on or there's another one released before this. It was developed by Eidetic before they became Ben Studio, who's also known for Siphon Filter. And it's infamous for its clunky controls, odd designs, choices, and reputation as one of the more random and polarizing games of its era.
Yeah, this game's shit. Because they tried to turn it into it was real blocky. The one for Super Nintendo, I remember, it looked like Earthworm Jim. Yeah. So it was like smooth.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like when some of these games they try to bring to 3D because of PlayStation
that was terrible.
And Nintendo 64. Some of them just did not turn out right.
Like let's roll some footage here. Pull up some footage so we can see how terrible it looks.
Oh, you want some footage?
Yeah.
All right. Let's look up some Bubsy.
I just remember them trying to make Bubsy a thing. They tried to make him like a fucking like Mario, like a staple, like
Crash
Sonic.
Bandicoot.
Yeah.
Mario.
Yeah, and he was terrible.
Sonic.
Like exactly. Like imagine going to Walmart and wanting you want to buy Crash Bandicoot, but they're out of Crash Bandicoot and all they have is Bubsy. He's like the knockoff version.
Remember that?
I just remember that coming on my dad. Cut that shit down.
No, let's fast forward. Man, it looks fantastic. I'd rather play Quest 64.
God. Look at this, how terrible this looks.
God, that looks boring.
Oh my God.
Bubsy, you'll start over here instead of at the beginning of the level. Ain't life grand?
Oh no.
See that thing in front of you? That's a switch. Just run into it till there's something cool happen.
Oh my God, this is awful. Look at that background. Look, it's all green. This is garbage. Oh God, they added a water level.
My God.
Like, I hate you for showing me this. I actually hate myself more for watching it.
Oh, here we go.
What is... Oh my Lord. This game should have never been made.
All right, that's enough of that.
Hold on. Now we got to see what IGN gave it. You know they have a score. Let's see.
Surely they gave it like a 3 or 4 or something,
Let's see. Oh boy. Oh, they do have a score for it.
Titanfall 2's goated, prepared artist said. Yes, it is. Titanfall 2 is goated.
Okay. So they don't have a... IGN doesn't have a score, but the people have a score, and they're on par with this. I still actually think it's too high. They gave it a 3.5. I think that's still too high.
3.5 out of 10.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, definitely. Not out of 5.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know. You're right.
So that was Bubsy 3D. Have you guys ever played it? Who knows?
Don't.
I remember hearing about it, but I never played it.
No, don't play it. You just whatever we
just showed you. I can see why I didn't play it.
Yes. I feel like that video is like The Ring. Now you're gonna be. I feel like I'm haunted after seeing that. I'm gonna hear that all night. Like I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna hear that he's gonna come out of my TV.
Start talking to you.
Yeah. Oh boy, jump on the switch. That's all I'm gonna hear. Oh God.
All right, that was our random game roulette.
All right,
and that's the podcast.
All right, guys. Let's close it out. We appreciate y'all tuning in, guys. Go follow us on X, TikTok, Twitter. Same thing. Instagram, Facebook now. Go follow us on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast from. This will be up later in the audio version. Ed'll be working on the video version. I'll be working on the audio version, like the producer.
He doesn't really have to do nothing.
Fucking no, I have to. God,
I already edit the audio. He just has to make you sound. Have to make you sound sprout. That's all he has to do.
I mean, make him sound more masculine over here. I have to lower his voice. Put on James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
Voice. Anyway, yeah. So, we already have a top 10 for Friday. But if you still want to add top 10s, add them. We'll put them in the queue. We'll queue it up, and we'll just keep on adding them up, and we'll keep doing them. You got anything you want to say?
Nope. Good.
All right, guys. We'll see y'all Friday. Peace.
Peace.